Hey everybody, and welcome back to this very special presentation of the Global Entrepreneurship here at the United Nations headquarters. And today I'm going to be interviewing a good friend of mine, Miss Patricia Delinois. We've known each other for years, but she has an amazing bio, so I'm going to read her bio to you before I start asking her a few questions about her amazing life and her career. So here's what you need to know. She began her career in real estate at the age of 19. Patricia was born in Canada, lived in New York and Central America, then moved to Miami. She converses easily in English, Spanish, and French. We'll stick to English for this one. She founded her own company in 1997. Since then, she has worked with hundreds of clients, including international celebrities, business executives, professionals, young singles, couples, and families. Her primary goal for the expanding company is to never lose sight of its customers' needs. Welcome, Patricia.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you. All right, so the first thing I want to ask you is obviously you've had a pretty diverse career, but with all the challenges and obstacles you've faced in your career, what's kept you going?
Well, in life, you will always be thrown curveballs. So it's really all about how you react to them. For instance, let's say your house burns down. What are you going to do? Are you going to sit in front of it, cry your eyeballs out, and let your life be over? Or are you going to then decide to pick yourself back up, dust yourself off, and build a new one? Well, I almost didn't make it here today because just before I left Miami, I fell. I broke my leg badly for the first time. A huge thigh-high cast, which is heavy and extremely uncomfortable. So I had a million reasons of why I couldn't come here today. But then I thought to myself, you know what? Are you really going to let this curveball get in the way? And it's with that positive can-do attitude that I've pushed and challenged myself every time something comes my way. I try to rethink my brain and make it happen.
Now let me ask you this. Was there a moment in life that you said, this is it, this is the way I'm going to start living from now on? What was that?
Well, one day, my father was a very tall, attractive, handsome man that I looked up to, walked into my real estate office one day. And he came in and he said, Patricia, I don't have a lot of time left in this world. I want us to really start spending some quality time together. I really have a year or two left to live. And I looked at him perplexed. And I said, what is wrong with you? How did you wake up this morning? This is ridiculous. You are not going anywhere. But regardless, you feel this way. And yes, of course, I would love to spend more time with you. So we did. We would go to lunch once or twice a week. He had his favorite Argentinian place and a little Italian place. And we would talk for hours and we would laugh, talk about life, business, relationships, and it was almost as if he tried to squeeze in a lifetime of lessons in those conversations. And then, on January 1st, 2003, I remember this day vividly, I get a phone call from my cousin, and she says, Patricia, you've got to come quickly to the hospital. Your father's dying now. So I could feel my heart just beat rapidly, and I closed my eyes, and I had all these flashbacks and memories and those lunches. And then all of a sudden this panic, fear set in, and I thought to myself, wow, what am I going to do? How am I going to go on without him? And it was at that very moment I knew my life had changed. I knew things would no longer be the same, and I had to take control of my life. I had to be strong for him. I wanted to make him proud. And I could hear his voice in back say, Patricia, don't let the past affect your future. Don't let limitations and failures stop you from moving forward. I want you to live that fun, meaningful life you've always wanted. Make your dreams happen.
Wow, that's an amazing story. Now, I know since then you've been obviously living and building an amazing real estate practice in Miami. I mean, what's it like being in the center of all that and being a tycoon in real estate?
Well, I do have to say Miami is an incredible city with so much tremendous opportunity right now because it's like a baby city growing very fast. So I've seen the ups and the downs of the market. I've made a lot of money. I've lost a lot of money, made a lot of money again. I've definitely learned a lot about investing in real estate. And in the meantime, I've met so many interesting people. I've got to see gorgeous properties and go to amazing places and seen, experience all the great things Miami has to offer. But what's interesting is there's one thing often very overlooked about Miami that people don't realize, and it's acceptance. This is something I love about Miami, because something so simple, if we could all learn from that, what a most wonderful, beautiful, more peaceful world we would live in. The beauty in life is diversity. And I appreciate the opportunity that Miami is so international and I can learn from people from all over the world. And I really believe in the strong, dynamic future of Miami, which they call now the new global city.
Wow, very nice. Yes, quite a big city. Now, as you've been building this real estate business and you've gotten very well known in Miami, has social media played any part of that, or tell me about that?
Well, internet is now one of the most powerful sources of business, and I'm a big believer of planting those seeds, growing my network, trying to make my global sphere of influence as large as possible. So I have over 300,000 contacts, growing 300,000 plus through Google Plus, through Facebook, through LinkedIn, through Instagram, through Pinterest, through Proxio Pro, and so much more. So internet right now has changed the way we actually do business. So I recommend to all the entrepreneurs out there is what you should do is really focus on the internet, focus on online marketing, because believe it or not, 90% of the buyers are now searching online.
That's absolutely the truth. Now, you started to let us into a little bit of your wisdom for entrepreneurs, but we're at the United Nations headquarters here at a Global Entrepreneurship Initiative with people from all across the globe who are entrepreneurs. What advice would you give to them?
I'd have to say that first you have to take action, and then you have to be engaged. You have to track your progress, and so important is surround yourself with a strong, powerful team. And be productive. I try to make the most of every single day. But haven't you ever noticed that just before a trip, you become the busiest you have ever been? So then you're on supercharge because what you're trying to do is get everything done before you go on that trip. So I often joke to my friends and I say, you know what? I'm just going to pretend I'm going on a trip so I can just create more business. And then I thought, well, wow, what if you lived your life as if you're really going on a trip the following week? Wouldn't you really be more productive or get more done? So I'd like to teach everybody to automate, delegate, be as productive as possible. But then something else we all should not forget is to have fun, to do whatever makes you happy, if it's painting, if it's, working out, if it's exercising, whatever can keep that positive energy and attitude going, whatever can clear your head and help you keep creative, because that bliss, that excitement, and that passion will become contagious to everyone around you.
Wow, great thoughts. Now, I guess I will leave you with this. Any last thoughts you'd like to share with us?
Well, I have to say, one of the biggest things I've done is be a mom. And as a single mom, it has not always been easy. And I've done my very best to be a great mom to my amazing son, Brandon. And I only wish that I could have the same impact my parents had on my life, because I want so much to make my son proud of what I accomplished. And what I've learned is that in life, your life is in your hands. So no matter what has happened in the past, you can choose to have a life filled with happiness. So all you have to do is change your thoughts, and that will change your life. And I know we're running a little bit of shorter time, but I would just like to add a little quick mom story, because moms are really special. Well, Thomas Edison, when he was young, when he was a little boy, he came home and he brought his mother a note. And he says, "Here, Mom." And so she read the note out loud. And the note said, "Your son is a genius. We can no longer teach him at the school. You're going to have to teach him at home." So years pass. We know the story of Thomas Edison. As he's much older, of course, his mother does pass away. And he's at his home packing boxes and going through things. And he comes through a note. And he reads that note, and he recognizes it because it was a special paper that they had used at his school. And the note said, your son is mentally ill, and we cannot teach him at that school. He must leave our school immediately. So wow, that really made me think, what a great mom. And in close, because I know we're really short of time here, I would like to say something to my dad. So Dad, wherever you are, and if you're listening and if you're here, I want you to know, I think of you every day, and my goal is to share all the magic and gifts you have given me with others every day. So thank you, Dad.
Great. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Patricia Delinois.